Jaya Jaya, Shiva Rajaya here from vitalcoaching.com. The topic for this video is train your mind for success. Your mind is your best ally. Your mind, together with your body, are the most important assets in your life. Okay, it's not your car, it's not the house you live in, it's not the money that you have in your bank account. When your mind is in full power and full alignment, you can achieve a tremendous amount of things. Your mind becomes super conducive to life, to success, to positive self-beliefs, to expanding you. So your mind is your vehicle. And what happens in your mind is your business, okay? You decide what comes in and what doesn't. You decide the thoughts, the emotions, the feelings, the belief system, the values that you want to embody. Your mind is not just, a sort of box there where everything is permeating and you have absolutely no control. You are the one who is in charge of how your mind is designed. And of course, within the education system and within the traditional, culture, very often this is not something that is brought forward. Most of the times we use, at least in the early stages and also within the education system, we use the mind to accumulate knowledge and accumulate skills and stuff like that. But we don't very often look at the dynamics and the mechanics of how the mind functions and how you can actually train your mind for manifesting fucking incredible stuff. So the first step is to realize this. Your mind is your vehicle. Depending on how you design it, this is going to give you great chances of success in whatever you are trying, or give you great chances of failure. So something that I personally do is that I'm constantly stalking myself, constantly observing, my thoughts, my feelings, my belief systems, my values, my actions, my narratives. When I'm having a conversation with somebody, they ask me, how are you doing? What is the message that I'm going to give them? What is the filter that I'm using? And the story that you tell is not about telling truth or lies. It's about consciously choosing what part of your life and what part of your story are you going to highlight. And if there is a negative, really negative aspect inside of you right now, you're facing some form of shadow battle, it's not about hiding that. You can reflect it. You can, of course, talk about and be completely transparent about what's happening inside of you. But the point that I'm making here, it is that when you look outside, do you notice the clouds or do you notice the sunshine? What is it that you are bringing to the surface? There are right now in your life 100 reasons to be happy and probably 100 reasons not to be happy. What is going to be your narrative around your thoughts, around your environment, around what's happening in your system, in your life? So that, that ability that we have to consciously choose the stories that we tell, to choose the narrative, choose our belief systems. So something that I'm doing very consciously is that I'm choosing constantly for positive energy. The narratives and the stories that I'm telling myself are stories of glory, are stories of happiness, joy, of success, because this is what I want in my life. So you become the emotions, the mindsets that you practice the most. Your neural pathways in your brain are being trained through every single emotion, feeling, thought that arises inside of you. So you can literally train yourself for success. You can train yourself to happiness by simply practicing these emotions, these mindsets, and these feelings the most. And you might look at that and you might be like, is this really authentic? Is this true? Okay? And what I'm going to tell you here is really important. The story that you're telling, for instance, when you say, I'm feeling sad right now, this is my truth. Where does this sadness come from? This sadness comes from a conditioning. It's a setup. It's the result of things that happened to you in your past, and you decide to identify yourself with that that reality. So you grab into it and you say, this is me, this is my trauma, this is the experience that I had in the past, and I identify myself with this. But you can look at those emotions, for instance, even if you have shadow emotions inside of you and traumatic experiences, you can look at them and be like, actually, that's not me. That's just something that happened to me in the past. It's some waves on the surface of my mind, but deep inside I have a potential and an access to spirit and to energy. And the deep, profound truth inside of me is that I am unlimited, that I am a living source of energy and power circulating every single day. So you see what I did right now. Instead of looking at the past and being like, I'm going to identify myself with this trauma, you go, no, I'm going to look at it, nurture it, do the healing that I need to do around it, but then look at it and just open my arms and release it. Let it go. Because this is just a story. It's just how that happened to you in the past. And you are not your past. Okay? There is a conditioning. There are frames that were created, and potentially you go and you look at them and be like, yeah, that's somewhere part in my environment. But that part doesn't need to have the hold and control over what's happening to you into the future. It's really important to look at these dynamics and realize that we have a really great designing power as human beings to direct our lives at will. And sometimes you need to use a bit of willpower. You need to extract yourself from negative thinking and negative beliefs. And of course, you can use energy, emotional techniques, release techniques, all that stuff. But the point that is really important is that you can take responsibility for your thoughts, for your emotions, for your feelings, what is happening inside of you, in your system, in your vehicle here. This is your business. And being in victimization zone, in victimization mode because of your past, in my experience, this is my choice, and it can be your choice as well if you want to, that's not good enough. For me, that's not good enough. I am not my past circumstances. I have right now an unlimited potential, and all I have is to release myself from maybe limiting beliefs, limiting frames from the past, create a new reality, and I can start designing this new reality right now, today. It's eclipse day, by the way. It's full moon, so we are in the middle of the solstice right now. Perfect timing to redesign ourselves, right? So let's look at that. We go, I have unlimited potential. Is that true? Yeah, it's true. Why is it true? Because I decide this to be my truth today. You can embrace that truth as well, if this is the truth that you want to embrace. I am free. Is that true? Yes, it's true. It is true because I decide this to be my truth. Am I a fantastic human being? Am I beautiful? Am I self-loving? Do I love the planet? Yes, 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 yes. You see, right now I'm anchoring pillars of light and value that I decide to anchor. If I practice these thoughts, these beliefs, and these values over and over and over again, guess what is going to happen? My mind and my life become like this superconductive channel of life force and energy. You see how it works, right? It's not rocket science. This is within the range of what's humanly possible. But for this to happen, you have to extract yourself from the self-limiting frames that have been conditioned in the past and realize and decide that I'm fucking done with the old story and I'm going to create a new reality today. Okay? It's completely true, it's completely authentic. You're not betraying anything or anybody by embracing the full potential of everything that you can be. I love you. I'll see you soon.